Hi, this is Nishit Reddy. I am a business development manager from Leap Robots. We train students from second class till IT people. Robotics is all about learning concepts on mechanism, electrical, electronical, designing, and software coding. Nowadays, robotics are used in every field. The upcoming future is all about robotics. So, robotic has to learn from the schooling so that it will enriches their basic levels in robotics. In coming video, you will learn about humanoid robots, artificial intelligence, and 3D printing working technologies.
Hello, this is Rupak from Leap Robots. I'm working as research associate from past 2 years. So in this company, we are working as a research associate. So we'll be doing here researches on robotics and AI and 3D printing. So these are the three major technologies which we are working on. So robotics is a part of a branch where we use softwares and electronics and hardware to make a complete humanoid robot. There are different types of robots, like first one is robotic arm, like basic you can take as robotic arm, and humanoid robots and educational robots. Like we have different segments in the robots. So mainly now presently we are working as for the humanoid robots. So in this what we have is we have different technologies. First we focus on structure. So the structure can be built using building blocks, or you can say any iron or metal or plastic. So mainly we are taking like 3D printing as a technology to build the structure of the robot. So with this we'll build a structure of the robot. Then we'll go for the hardware session where we do like take sensors. Suppose if we have humanoid, then let us consider example as a human. So we have like ears, nose, legs, hands, etc. So this body is a structure. So this body will build using 3D printer. So the sense organs which we have like nose, ears, tongue, etc. those are called as sense organs. So here we'll take use of sensors which senses different senses of the environment. So it will act accordingly. So to act accordingly, so we need to program that. So this comes the bridge between hardware and software. So this bridge is constructed using coding. So this coding uses like different kind of softwares. So suppose we can take example as basic example as Arduino IDE or C language we can take. So this is the basic program where we use programs to interface between software and hardware. So next we do programs according to the sensors which we take. Then we'll analyze which sensor we suit for the different robots or sensors. Suppose if we take basic example of line follower, so there we need like IR sensor. So it will senses obstacles or obstacles and it will go accordingly. So this is like basic line follower. So with this we can make like we can use different sensors. So here we have three different robotic arms. So each has like different functions. So first one, if we take these three robotic arms are used in hospitals like for surgery kind of things. So the first one is for injections, and second one is for stomach analysis, and third one is to hold the legs. So like different patients have different health conditions. So for different health conditions we use different robotic arms. So if you take this robotic arms, all these robotic arms uses one controller and some activators. So if we take activators, there are different servos. So like mostly we use metal servos for the like more grip and more gear action. So like basic we have like different sensors. So in the bottom we can see here like we have microcontroller. So this is the heart of the like robotic arm. So this we need to program for the all these servos. So we can see this has like 180 degrees freedom. So it can rotate like 180 degrees. So it can rotate 180 degrees overall. So all these sensors can be rotated 180 degrees. So this all are called joints. So this is one joint, and this is second joint, and this is third joint, and the fourth joint. So these are four joints, and below one we have for the left and right rotation, and this for above rotations, and this is for left and right rotations. So like these three servos are metal servos, and this is the like minor servo, we call it as minor, or you can take it as like small servo. So this is the main controller which we use to program. So for programming we use different softwares, that is Arduino IDE, we make software to program this. So each program we need to test like different angles, we have different angles. So for each step we need to program it. Suppose if we take this steps, suppose this you can take one step, so this we need to program, so we need to take angles and we need to give it in the program. So this is the one action, and this is the second action, and this is the third action, and this is the fourth action. So this is the like forward action, and for reverse action we need to do again, we need to program, we need to take the angles, and this is the reverse action. This is the reverse action we do for robotic arms. So this is like how we do step by step programs for the robotic arms. So this robotic arms we can like operate this wirelessly, like you can use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to control it, or you can do it manually, so that you can take angles and you can keep it in the program, then you can run the program, it will do automatic actions. So I will show you one of the action, I will give the power supply, so it will do one action. This is for injection purpose. So here you can see this power supply. So just we need to do power supply. So already I have taken the angles, I have coded it and I have downloaded it, so it will do one action now. So this is the first step, and second, third, fourth step, and this is the fifth, sixth step, seventh, and this is the eighth step. So this is like forward and backward action. So there are total 8 actions. So for 8 actions we need to code it individually. We need to take each angle separately. For 8 angles we need to take all the servo angles, not the individual angles. So all the servo angles, like we have total of 5 servos here. So you need to take 5 servo angles, and for each step we need to program for 5 servos. So like this we need to do program, and we need to dump in the microcontroller, then it will work automatically. So this is the main microcontroller where we need to program. You can see this is the button to reset the code, and this is the main pin, we call it as UART pin. So here you need to connect the port and you need to download the code. This is used for downloading the codes, and we have like different pins in this. You can see here different pins. So there are like 12 pins. So for each servo we need to use single pin. So we have 5 servos, so we have used like 5 pins in this. So we need to code for each pin, we need to declare whether it is input or output. So generally all these servos works as activators. So activators are like outputs that which you can see. Suppose you can take LED, so that is the output you can see, which you can see. So these are the servos which you can see servo angles, how much angle it will rotate. So these are considered are like outputs. So all these pins will declare as output pins. Then we will start coding. So all these servos are digital pins. So we have like digital and analog. So if you take digital, there are only 2 bits. Bits are nothing but like computer what it will read. It can read only ones and zeros. So these are like digital pins which we use for coding. So analog is for sensors. If we want to read suppose temperature, humidity, like humidity, temperature, if you want to take the values, then we'll use analog pins. Or else for this digital, for activators, most for activators we'll use digital pins for programming. So these are the like digital pins which we use for programming, and power supply will give from here, that will give one of the pin which acts like input. So for controller we can give maximum of 12 volts. So for servos we need 5 volts. So for that 5 volts we can give from this controller. So it can handle like around 12 volts it can handle. So it will take like 5 volts as output for the signal pins. Then it will activate all the servo motors when we press this reset button. So all these are like same kind of robotic arms. So this has like 5 servo motors, and this has 6 servo motors, and this has 5 servo motors. So this all 4 has different actions. This we use for injections, this is for stomach, and this is for catching legs, and this is for chest. So different robotic arms has different applications. Like we can take any field, it may be like agriculture or health. In any sector we can use different robotic arms. If we take this robotic arms, generally we use in automation industries where we can manufacture cars or bikes. Like all the automation industries uses huge robotic arms. This is like smaller version, but in automation we have like large scale robotic arms. Yeah, this is the like humanoid robot which assembles like smaller version. Like for bigger version you can consider like Sophia, all of those. Like this is a smaller version where we have like this also has servo motors. Those are metal servos. So this consists of total 18 servo motors. So each can handle up to 50 kgs of load. So this all are metal gears. So internally it consists of metal gears, and it has like controller to control it. So we can do programming both with mobile or with PC. Both the ways we can program this humanoid robot. So it has like base. These are the base, and these are the hands, and this is the like head for the humanoid robot. And backside you can see this is the main controller board, and this is the battery. So these are the buttons to operate the humanoid robot. So basically first initially this is in the stand mode. So once this is the main button, you can see this is the main power button. So if you want to off it, this is the off button. So all servo motors loses the power connection once we off the button. So once we on this button, this is the main power button we need to on. This is a switch on button. So you can see beep sound and one light. So once again I will do it. So this is sound once you hear once we on this humanoid robot. So these two are the buttons. So this button is for power supply for the all servo motors. Once we click this button, all these servo motors will get power supply. So once I will press this button, so you can see those lights, all these lights for the humanoid robot. So this is the power supply button for the all these servos. So once we on this button, so all these servo motors will get activated. So now it's ready for do programming. So once I will show you how we can do the programming for this humanoid robot using our mobile phone. So once we on this, it can be controlled using Bluetooth. So it has inbuilt Bluetooth where we can control it. So this is the main software to control this humanoid robot. So it has like different buttons. So this is for programming the robot. Here we have different files in this. So we can do programming. Suppose I will use this program, one of this program. So just you need to click. Here you can see all the servos, total 18 servos in this. So you can see all the 18 servos. Just once we need to connect this is a Bluetooth connection. So you need to select which humanoid robot you want to control. So once you can see green color here, then it's connected, it shows connection. Then just if you click play button, so it will get activated. So you can see the action, how it's get activated. This is a play button. So here we have like different programs, we can do different like programming in this. So just you can go back. So once you want to do this program, just you need to go to process, then you can take new file, then you can have like a new file in this, new file, just confirm, then you need to give some name. I will give as ABC. This is ABC. Then you need to add like it has 18 servo motors, so you need to add all the 18 servo motors in this. For this we'll use this function. So just you need to add this all the 18 servos. You can see here add button. So just you need to add all the 18 servos. So we have taken all the 18 servos here. Just click this button. So we have configured all the 18. Then we need to take one action. So for each action we need to do programming for all these servo motors. So here we can do one position. So this is the position, you can see all the 18 servos. So we have like torque and position here. So all this initially it's in 0 position. That means all servo angles are 0. So once if you click button, so it will go to 0 position. So once we need to program this, so already it's in initial position. So once if I change this position, like suppose if I take hands, so all these servos has different names. You can see labels on this. This is like 14 servo, and this is 16, and this we have 15. So all this right and left has different numbers. So all this right side has odd numbers, all these sides has even numbers. You can see 16, 14 and all these legs, here it has 8. So all this side is even numbers, all this side are odd numbers. So suppose I want to program this 13th hand, suppose if it wants to move, just open this, then you can see here 13th pin, 13th position, just you can change this angle, then it will change the angle of this. According to it you can program it. So like this you can change the angles, or else if you want to do some action, just you can go here, you can click on PS button, then you can activate 13th pin. Suppose I want to activate 13th and 15th pin. So here you can select 13th and 15th. So these two are selected. Then you can change the action. I kept this angle. Then just you can click on confirm button. Okay. Next I will add one more action. So I have two actions. So I will make this to 0. You can see here it will change the angles. So this is for 0 and this is 0. So this is 0. So this is initial position, and this which I have done programming using manually. So I can adjust this servos manually and I can do the programming like this. So I will show you one of the sample code. Just go to process, then you can use like dance. Yeah, this is the basic salutation. Then this is the main action I have programmed in this. So like this you can do different positions. For each position we need to do we need to program all these angles for each position. Like it has like 5 positions, so we need to do 5 angles in this, and we need to download the code. To download the code we can just click on this button, it will download the code in this humanoid robot. Just you can play the button, so it will download the code. Okay. So just you can go back to cancel it. So this is the complete structure of how we can control this humanoid robot. So we have used one of the programming. So and we did one program for this song India Wale. So we did programming for the India Wale song. So you can see here all this like lightings and all we need to adjust, and here we have like servo angles, and here we have torque. So all this has 50% torque, and we have like different servos as different positions. For all these positions we have programmed in this. So these are the all servo angles, and these are the servo IDs, and these are all the positions of the all the servo motors. For each step we need to program it. This is the one step. So if I click this button, so it will do one action. Now if I click this button, so it will do one action. So all these single actions we need to program individually. Then we need to club all the steps and we need to keep in one single program. So like this we have done for a 2-minute song. So it consists of all the 248 steps. You can see here bottom there are like 248 steps in this. So all this we need to program individually. So now if you want to choose the song, then you can click on this button. Then I will choose this song like India Wale. So then if you click on this button, so it will start doing the steps for the song. So if I click this button, so this is the like steps for this humanoid robot. So in this you can see like changing of steps in this. So the steps which it performs, so it will show here. So by using this program and by using this all the servos, you need to like do the steps for individual like this, and you can just download the code. You can do like for each step you can do the program, then club it all programs in one single program file, then just you can download it and you can program this robot however you want in this. So this is like how basic humanoid robot works, like manually with the mobile phone. Like Android, we have separate Android application for this. So just you can download it and you can do the programming like manually you can do, or you can use like steps like this actions you can see in this steps. Then you can take the steps as angles. Then you can give it, or else manually you can do separately, take the measurements and give the angles in the program. Like this you can download the code and you can operate it. So I hope you understood all these like basic concepts, like basic robots, how it works. So I hope all this like robotic arms and humanoid robots, you got some basic idea like how can we use and how can we operate and where we can use this robots. Please subscribe to EdWays, and if you have any queries, please comment below. Thank you.